We've got the GT4 here. You guys have probably seen this car before. A little over a year ago, we installed UltraFit Wincrest Clear. This is their hard shell paint protection film. This was before the soft TPU style came out. And we've told you guys on the install videos some of the benefits of installing it. The ease of install with this particular one, as far as hard shell ones are concerned, they're all hard. This one was a little bit easier to install than the others. Since then, we've tested many other windshield films, most of them the newer soft style, we like to call it. It's more like a paint protection film install. No heat shrinking, more stretching. We have yet to find one that's any good. Every single one of those that we have tried provide ridiculous amounts of distortion. It's really, really annoying to drive the car with it on, whereas this film has been super clear. So, over a year since we did an update video, I just finished another track weekend and we thought, you know what, now's a good time to give you an update. So here it is, the same piece of windshield film that has been on here for well over a year now. It still looks basically like it did a year ago. The most impressive part of it is that there's no delamination. So if you guys have ever had, there's another major brand, Clearplex. It delaminates and chunks of the top layer come off, and it's not like glaringly obvious, but it is obvious, and it gets really, really bad as time goes on, and pressure washers like literally blow the top layer off of it. We have not experienced that with this at all. I've been pretty impressed with it. There's no staining, there's no scratching. The windshield wipers, I mean, you can see there's a mark from my wipers. It's not like I never have this thing in the rain or I never use the wipers. There are no marks. So honestly, it's a very similar update to what it was last year. The stuff's holding up really well. It's still crystal clear. I still have confidence in it when I'm on the racetrack. Nothing has penetrated the film. Nothing has damaged the windshield. So we're happy about that. Even some of the areas where I did a really bad job installing it. So like across the top here, there's like some areas that I never really got to seat correctly. I was kind of expecting moisture and things like that to get in there and make those areas bigger, and it really hasn't. It's stuck to where it's stuck the day that we got it done, and that's it. So been very happy with it overall. Before you call me out and say, well, this thing's a garage queen, you guys never... Look, I get it. I'm not putting 20,000 miles a year on this car like you might do on your work truck. I understand. Typically, if you're doing something like that and driving 20,000 miles a year on a work truck, you might slap a new windshield in the car every year or two anyhow because it's getting busted up from driving on the turnpike or whatever. A car like this, I care a lot more about the windshield than I do in my truck. I still think it's justified to have a protective film on your sports car or your fun car or whatever, the one that sits in the garage most of the time. With that being said, I do drive it. I drive it a couple of times a week when I'm in Pennsylvania, and I track it as much as I possibly can, and we've had no issues with it. Call me crazy, tell me I'm delusional because this thing sits in a garage, that's fine. Overall, really happy with the protective film on the windshield, much more so than any other product that we've used so far.